Hello everyone. One of my colleagues, she suggested me to make a video in English about myself, my life, my path, and my beliefs and my experiences in life for non-Persian speakers. So I thought, okay, maybe right now is a good moment to open up myself for the world. So, as you see, I'm living in a cottage right now. Since 2 years, I sub-rented my apartment in a small city in Germany, and I moved here in this small cottage, which located in a very beautiful nature, close to Hildesheim. And here my really inner journey started. Before that, I was in a relationship, not happy relationship, and moving from my country to Germany and being married, being a wife, and a lot of challenges and a lot of problems like immigration, not being able to talk German, not having job, not having um, much friends. Everything was for me so challenging. I was really social person in my country, Iran, having a lot of friends, always free, always supported, and here I experienced something really, really new. I wasn't happy in my marriage, my partner maybe also, so we decided to think about our relationship. And during that time, we had a travel around with a rented caravan in different countries, France, Italy, Switzerland, not Switzerland, Austria, and different countries. Anyway, from Netherlands, Holland, I bought magic truffle. I felt I have a call from magic truffle, magic mushrooms, and I was at the same time very scared of experiencing these things. But I was under so much pressure. My mind was in the fog. My emotions were frozen. I wasn't happy. I had my own job, but there were a lot of problems in my relationship. So I thought I had the courage to try this magical natural substance. I even didn't know that it has like a therapeutic effect. I thought it's like something like alcohol, something like weed. It gives you some moments of free mind, being yourself, and I took it as like a escape way to go out of my problems and feeling happy. So I talked to my husband to take care of me and be with me while I'm tripping, and I took magic truffle. I had experience of like we sat in the boat, and I wanted to journey while we are on the water, and it didn't get activated. We took 2 hours and it didn't activate it. While we were returning to home, I felt something is coming, something in the form of inspiration. I felt that I'm sensing my husband in a different way. I am seeing his other sides, like dark sides or shadows. And then when we arrived home, he slept and my journey was really started. I think now that that the medicine was waiting to catch me alone and teach me a lot of things. So he was sleeping and I was tripping. Few weeks before this trip, we lost a very, very nice person in our family, and I had the like sadness for her, which she died in a car accident, and during my trip this sadness came up and I cried a lot, deeply. And I wasn't in my country. I couldn't see her funeral, and I really cried deeply for her. Something else that I remember from my journey, I could see everything more clearly, more vivid, more alive, and it was so beautiful. I didn't have like panic attacks or any problems. What I remembered from my trip was like, you are not deserving in this relationship. You're not deserving this. It was about a lot of mistrust to me, to this person. And this medicine told me, you don't deserve this. After this journey, I had the courage to stop my relationship, and go to the loneliness, which was really frightening at the beginning. I even changed my city to a smaller city where my company was, to be more engaged with my colleagues, maybe, or I don't know, maybe far away from the city that I was suffering many years. During that time, I met a woman. She was really under a lot of pressures. Like her boyfriend was threatening her life, and she didn't have job. She had very dark childhood experiences, and she had been a girl to take care of, and a lot of things that evoked for me very, very surprising. How she's happy, and I asked, why you're so happy and calm, and she said, I'm doing meditation. I have a guru. His name is Muji, and you can search his name. You can start with guidance, and it was my beginning um, journey into meditation. And I realized, okay, if she can be happy in this state of life with meditation, I should learn that, because I was doing therapy. Doing. I was financially very good, but the loneliness, the movement, the separation, this pain was really, really deep. I felt so much depression, and this woman with this idea motivated me to go to India and learn about mind, how my mind is working, how my mind makes me happy or sad. You can have a lot of life problems, but you can be happy. How is possible? So I went to India. I think it was. I show you a picture. This is my experience in India. I went to India in, I think, October 23, and this is the places I visited. This is the temple I went in India. This is Agra. This is Jaipur. These are my friends which I met in India, and this is my hand painted by Indian staff. What I ate there. This is Rishikesh, where yoga is practiced. This is Shiva. Well, the spirit I felt there. In October, November 23, I went there and I registered my name in a temple near Himalaya, McLoganj. It's the city name, and for the first time in my life, I I stopped talking for 10 days. Everyone had to give his phone to the center and stop talking. For me, it was like, wow, how can I handle that? Wow, it's very difficult and so on. But it was so enjoyable that we had the time to talk, and I didn't want to talk at all. So it was so interesting. And in that course, I can tell you the name, Tushita Meditation Center in Dharamsala or Dharamshala. Um, for the first time, with the teachings and the meditation, we learned that there I felt reborn. I felt, now I understand how my mind is working, how my attachment makes me suffer, how life is working, how can I understand the codes which is written and how can I make myself happy and free of these desires, attachments, which is made by mind. At the same time, I was interested to the plant medicines like magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, and I planned for the next year to go to Colombia because I knew someone there and try ayahuasca in this country. I knew that these plants are having potential to show you your mind, how your programs is working, how your traumas are active in you, and they can also connect you to your higher mind or higher self or subconscious. I don't know. They have the potential to show you a lot, to teach you a lot. So my journey started with magic truffle, then I learned meditation, then I came to this cottage and I was taking magic mushrooms, sometimes LSD. I couldn't connect with LSD much, but mostly magic mushroom, doing a lot of uh, silent days, no mobile phones, sitting, meditation, and at the end, psychedelic journey, mushroom alone here. And every day I felt better and better and better and better. All my loneliness, my depression went away. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking alcohol. Beside of all of these things, I went to the festivals in Germany, New Healing, Wild Healing, a lot of workshop, a lot of healing workshops. Like I did a lot of um, releasing activities like breath work, like shouting loud, um, like expressing myself, like confronting my inner wound, and a lot of activity with other people. They were also effective on my well-being. Um, Next year, 24, I decided to go to Colombia and try ayahuasca. At the first night I tried ayahuasca, I was like just wow, wow, in the wonderland, in a like in a total um wow moment all the time. The beginning was really hard, but when Mama came to me, they call the spirit of ayahuasca Mama. It has a female spirit. It called talked to me, and she was so soft. She taught me a lot of things, like philosophical things, like the next night she taught me about love, about heart, and about being open. Also, she asked me to go away from, like, I don't know, go away from me. No, give a space to me. She said something like this: go away from my way, like something like this. I don't know what was the message. Maybe the medicine wanted me to be in a in at her service. I don't know. My life is really interesting. I will tell you about that. What made me like this. So after that, I went to Amazon. It's Colombia down, like in the south of Colombia. There is Amazon forest, and I found some people who are going there, and I went to see Amazon. So um, I booked a very expensive 3-4 days, and I went there. And the first day when we were walking in the forest, which was really intense, really hot, really dangerous, I was bitten by a snake, and I couldn't continue my journey. I was staying in the village with a lot of pain and fear. My foot was swollen, and this is my experience in Colombia. So this is the snake which bited my feet. This is my ceremony, first night. This is the Amazon forest that I was staying. This is again my first ayahuasca experience. The first night I slept here. There was a dog. This is again Amazon forest. this is the painter I met there, and this is the mountains. Yeah, that's my artwork and memories from Colombia. So the first night when I was bitten, they took me to a local nurse, and he gave me antidotes, antibiotics, and something else. And he said the rest you should rest. We cannot do anything. The first night, I was researching, what can a poison do to your mind, to the body, and I realized, and I read that it can make you bleed inside, and then you will die from inner bleeding. I already have very very tiny amount of like plaquettes. We call it in Persian. So the things that stop bleeding when you have bleeding. So I don't have much of them genetically. First night, when I was there in the village, there were no possibility to go to the city, especially at night. I was sleeping and I realized a taste of blood in my mouth, and I felt, wow, I am dying. I'm having inner bleeding, and I was like, okay, my life is ending tonight. And I recorded a voice message to my family, Mom, Dad, don't be sad. I had a good life. I had a lot of joy. I had, like, I lived very good. So don't be sad. I know my death would be another journey, because I learned that through my medicine experiences. So, in that time, I was so peaceful and happy with dying. I felt I did a good life. I experienced a lot already. Then I had an opportunity to review my life, and in some moments I felt much happier. I felt satisfied with myself, and there were no moments that I was helping people, like with anything, with money or maybe psychedelics. I gave my mother, my father, my sister and brother some magic mushrooms, and they had good journeys. And I realized, okay, maybe if I go back to my life, if I don't die tonight, maybe that's my path. So I thought, okay, if I don't die tonight, I will spend more time and more money and more energy to learn more about healing path and to be happy and to make others also happy. So I didn't die, obviously, and um, a doctor from Germany called me and he said, "Don't stay in that village. It's really dangerous. You may lose your food." And I said, "Wow." He said, "Yeah, you have antidotes and everything, but infection is there, and you might need some antibiotics." And with a lot of pain, I moved to the city and I went to the hospital, and they were doing a lot of antibiotic therapy to me, and they already tried many antibiotics. After 6 days, they told me none of our antibiotics is working. We are giving you the last chance, and they gave me really. My food was swollen, a lot of infection in my food, and they were testing me all the time. The day 6, they told me we gave you the last chance, and I was so sad. I wanted I prefer to die instead of living without food, and it was really difficult. So they gave me the last chance, and that antibiotic worked. I was so happy. And the day 11, they let me go with some doctors, which came from Germany, because I had insurance, and they brought me back with very good conditions to Germany. They took me to Amazon for the last time when they were having a beautiful hotel. They gave me one of their rooms to make me happy, and it was so beautiful after 11 days of being in a hospital, not equipped hospital, so warm, so noisy. I've suffered a lot, and they gave their room to me, and I was like happy, being in a luxurious hotel in Amazon forest, close to the river, close to the nature, and I was like so happy to the universe that I had this opportunity. Thank you, doctors, if you're seeing this video. And then we went together to Frankfurt. I was having a very, very luxurious trip back home, like with like business class or first class Lufthansa. A lot of like surprises, eating things, and like they were giving off t-shirt to sleep, like something like this. So luxurious. And then they took me with ambulance from Frankfurt to Hildesheim because flying was not really not good for me, for my condition. So I felt like, wow, a lot of attention. That's nice. So I went to Hildesheim, and it took a while that I could walk again. I realized when I went to Colombia to find a good shaman, to work with the medicine of ayahuasca, I was looking for a teacher, you know. And I think my teacher was the snake which bited me and gave me the opportunity, wow, to see my life and to see what's worthy in this life. And after that, my way was more clear. So again, coming back to Germany, going to some ayahuasca retreats, working in ayahuasca field. I was cooking for people, for tribes, and they were giving me some discount or maybe free chance to be at the service of Mama, and it was really beautiful. And then the next year, which was the end of 24, 25, I was in Gabon. I heard that there is a medicine which make you feel reborn, which make you feel, which resets your memory and your. This is Gabon. This is my experience. This is my shaman and her husband, and this is my brothers, which they were also there, and we did a 10 days initiation. This is the musicians who played for us. These are 5 tents that we were having our journeys there. It's my memory from Gabon with Iboga, which is really master plant, really intelligent plant, really strong plant. It also needs strong people and strong like mindset and a strong mentality. So it wasn't easy. It was 10 days. We didn't have anything. They even took away our toothbrush, our shampoo, nothing. They just give us like some underwear, like they said you can keep your underwears, and they gave us like like something something like a big shawl to to cover ourselves. We didn't have good sleeping situation. A woman was sleeping just half a meter away from me. We were sleeping on the soil. We didn't have really soft bed and nothing, and she was snoring like that every night. And I was like, oh my god, how can I sleep here? I had also a lot of like earplugs. I tried everything. I couldn't sleep 10 days. Like it was a big torture for me. And then they were doing a lot of stuff to us, like to challenge us, to make us feel wound, angry, to see how strong we are. They made us to think about our life's traumas every day. We had to wake up like at 6 every day and wash ourselves with thinking of what is my traumas. I think they really know how to work with the psychedelics and how to work with iboga. I was really fragile. I remembered everything. I remembered the wounds that almost forgotten everything, and I was like feeling so small, so pain, and so fragile, and so sad. and a lot of rituals, a lot of dancing, a lot of ceremonies. We were not allowed to talk about, like, ask about what is the next. We were not we were not able to, like, we were not allowed to ask what was the food. And they were telling us, stop, you're like, you're numbers here, you're even not a human, and you should follow what we say. They were really made our ego small and small and small, because I think when we attach to our identity and ego, and we are not able to let it go. So mm, psychedelics are not really doing anything. You have to be really humble and simple and just ready to change. It was 2 ceremonies there. I saw my childhood. I saw the details. I saw every details of the furniture of that we had. I saw the streets, the homes that we changed. I was like, wow, I remember almost everything. Every detail from my childhood is already here. And this plant helped me to see everything. And it was really deep. I know that it was a lot of information, but my mind is too small to catch them and to save them. And I'm not able to express them. Because during the trip, I was like, wow, wow, so amazing. I know this, I know this. And when I came back to this mind, almost I couldn't remember anything. Our mind is really, really small, tiny, small. Like, we don't have much ability um, to understand the realities. Reality is so complicated. So after these 10 days, we had 2 journey with Iboga medicine. Iboga medicine is very strong, stronger than mushroom, stronger than ayahuasca, and I was mixing the reality and and my mind. For example, I thought I went out and I took some water and I come back and I realized everything was happened. Has happened in my mind. Was really, really strong experiences, and they did a really good job. Iboga is not for everyone. It's for people who have really strong mentality, strong mind, and not too much traumas, I think. Um, Maybe if you have too much traumas and if you're aware of them, yeah, why not? But if you're just a beginner, it might be very difficult for you, and physically also difficult. I heard people with heart disease, they could die in this experience. So they test you in different ways how strong you are. After Iboga, I came back and I realized, wow, I changed. I really changed in this form that I didn't want to be alone, to meditate, to isolate myself. I felt I have a power to help others, and I made a community. I was talking about my life experiences in my YouTube, and I said in my YouTube, people, now you can come and be more in contact to me. We can do a lot of online meetings, and I did a lot of breathwork sessions, meditation sessions, trauma talks, and I start having my own tribe. My own tribe is now more than, like, in 6 months will be 2 years old. People came and go. Many of them stayed, many of them went away, many of them have had good results, many of them not good results. And in this community, I met a lot of people, and I have a lot of connections everywhere, from Canada to Germany to Iran to different countries in Europe, and I'm so happy for that. I feel the spirit of Iboga is holding my back and saying, go, my girl, you are the medicine woman, you should do medicine work, don't be afraid. So since then I start having group sessions with medicines, with mushroom medicine, and with the psilocybin. Right now already 1 in Iran, 3 in Iran, 1 in Germany, 2 in Canada, and a lot of private sessions with different people. In August, I'm having two other ceremonies in Germany. So after Iboga, I start my community. I start giving retreats, and in my retreats, I try to combine everything I learned in my life, from meditation, from silence, from eating habits, from like what I learned from ayahuasca space holding, and I had amazing results. So many people stopped their PTSD, like depression. They are more aware. They stop for like their addictions, and so many beautiful things happened. And I know it's not one medicine you try and it's you are free and you're happy. It's like onion. It has different surfaces, different layers. You have to work with medicine, and then work with your mind, and then do somatic stuff with your body and with your nervous system, and all of this combination, the time and the practice makes you feel happy. And what I do in my ceremony, what I realized in my experiences, I realized that when something traumatic happens, or when we don't have a good childhood, this memory stores in the body, and it acts in different ways. Sometimes we feel all the time tensions in our muscles, in our jaws. Sometimes we experience depression, not having a lot of fun for life. Sometimes it makes us idealistic people, like we want the best in everything. Sometimes this trauma, this effect makes us to feel that we have to save everyone. Sometimes we have panic attacks, and I realized we can do a lot of things with the pain, with the trauma, with the depression. For example, when we do yoga, we give the sign to our body that everything is fine, that you are in the present moment. Come back to your breath. Be here. Here is safe. The memories is in the past. You are here. You are safe. And if we just focus on the body and we forget the mind, it's not completed. So we do meditation. We learn how the mind is working, how the attachment system is working, how the seeing the reality not as it is makes us feel sad. For example, if we accept it, there is birth, so there is death also, and the death comes in every people's life in different ages. So why we feel so depressed when someone dies, and a lot of things. So we should know the mind. We should know that we are programmed based on experiences in life, and there is just a program. We can change this program just knowing the roots of this behavior, or this belief system, or these triggers. We can rewrite our programs in many aspects, not completely, but many aspects. What psychedelics do, they show what we hide, what our amygdala part in our mind is hiding. This is a part in our brain that hides, that blocks the feeling, the traumas that we are experiencing, that the body stores. And psychedelics shuts this system off, and you can feel again, you can cry again, you can be sad again. And what psychotherapy is not, why it's not acting, what's not working, is like we just play with the words, and the words are not really takes us to the feeling. To heal, we have to feel again the pain. For example, my father never cried for his mother, because the doctor told him, if your mother don't die after this brain stroke, she would not function anymore. So she died. My father was like, whew, Good that she didn't live like really miserable way. And but my father forgot to be sad. The mother is gone. You have to be sad, and he didn't. He wasn't sad. And now I see my father. He has blood pressure. He has anxiety. Sometimes he has big depression. And I invite him, please come. Let's do a ceremony. Let's cry again. I know after crying, after facing this, after doing proper ceremony for your feeling and seeing them and give validation to this suppressed feeling, my father will feel good, but my father doesn't need to take any pills. I know most of our body problems, MS, depression, cancer, immune system problems, comes from anxiety, stress, pain, traumas in our body. And if we heal our body from traumas, from the memories, with different ways that I told you already, we don't and of course eating healthy, don't does we should stop eating sweet things and industrial things which they have flavors or artificial stuff or even sugar in them. If we stop eating bad, and also if we heal ourselves from traumas, from problems, if we are connected to the nature, if we are connected to the body and mind and the spirit, and if we eat well and everything together, we are happy. We are like a child. Child is happy. Child doesn't judge anyone. Child doesn't have like a personality, like an ego which says, I am this, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I'm like this. The child is happy. And I feel, what I believe is like, I want to be child again. I was born correctly, and I wasn't, when I am away from being a child, authentic, happy, full of joy, full of trust to the life, there is something wrong. If my heart is open, there is something wrong. If I doubt to my life, there's something wrong. And my role model, what my reference is a child. I always see how a child see the lives, and I try to copy that. And many people in spirituality, they believe in many systems. They're like they attach to one strategy or belief system. I feel this is a kind of limitation we do for ourselves. There is a lot of teachings in everything, in every religion, in every country, in every people. Everyone has something to teach me. Every person, even, there is not about a religion. There is about us. We know already everything. This is all about love, I think. And when I'm healed, I have open heart, and I love everyone, and everyone loves me, and I don't hate anyone, and no one hates me, and then I can enjoy the life, and then I can have a lot of friendship, and through my friendship I have a lot of fun, and that's what I believe in my path. So what I do now is like inviting people to come to my retreats, to do holotropic breath work, to release a lot of stuff, like to shake, to cry, to let go of a lot of things. And then I invite them to hug each other, to feel supported by each other's, and to have eye contact, to see other people in the eyes. And many people cry in that moment, which they see themselves in the eyes of others. And then they are having sharing circle. Many people open themselves for the first time after many years of like being afraid, of feeling not safe in the world. They open themselves and they feel supported, they feel heard. And in this step, many people receive already the healing, because they open themselves and they see the result, nothing bad happened, so they feel more safe. And then after sharing and hugs and breathwork sessions, we do rapé. Rapé is the medicine of the forest. This is a rapé, which is so powerful medicine. I blow a tobacco which comes from Amazon forest to the nostrils, right and left, like. And these medicines gives you a lot of strength, a lot of quiet mind, like, and it shifts your energy level in the heart. It shuts off the mind, opens the heart, and gives you a lot of insights. And we do rapid circle. People throw up a lot of bad energies, a lot of stocked energy in their body. They throw up and they feel relaxed, they feel more light. One woman in my ceremony, she threw up the sorrow of her son. Her son killed himself, and she had a lot of PTSD and problems and depression. She couldn't sleep without sleeping pills. She couldn't be happy. She was not functioning. She stopped taking pills for my retreat, and she came to my retreat. She had a journey with mushroom. Also, during the journey with mushrooms, she said, "Ghazale, can you give me some rapé? I want to throw up the pain of my son." And I prayed in this medicine. I said, "Please help her to let go of this pain." And she vomited many things like that she had in her mind. And now after 7 months, she said it works. She doesn't need to take anything. She doesn't take any um, pills. She's happy, she's settled, she's grounded. And yeah, she missed her sons, but it's not that much strong that she cannot leave. Her healing path is continuing. Now she's healing her partnership and the wound that she received from ex-husband. It's not a path that you say, okay, I do it and it's finished and I'm free, you know. But it's a beautiful path. It's always going up and up and up and up. It's so beautiful. It's endless because, yeah, our traumas, they didn't happen once. Maybe they happened once, but we lived with them a lot of years. We lived in a difficult situation a lot of years, and letting go and becoming another person with another programs, it always needs a lot of time and practices. What else I learned? Then this year, the beginning of 26, I was in Amazon forest. I did 1 month dieta. Dieta means you go to the forest, you stop eating, and they give you kaisuma, which is like 1 liter of cooked corn, which is liquid, something liquid. You don't drink soft, like clear water. 10 days of just eating 1 banana ball. After 10 days, you can open to eat something small. You have a lot of ayahuasca ceremonies to get more insights and going deeper and deeper. And I did 1 month dieta this year. And I realized I have more open-heartedness. Like, I'm more nice, I'm more kind, more open. I love people now much more. My triggers are much less, and I don't judge people. I have more understanding of their pain. And then I realized when we do dieta, when we stop eating, we sacrifice, we give something, we suppress our ego, and we give this price for inner development. That's why shamans, they do a lot of inner work, like that, a lot of challenges to purify their ego, to make them weak, make themselves weak, and surround like I forget this word in English, to let the medicine, to let the spirits or the designer know that they are doing something, they are giving the prize, and then it's really effective. This dieta is like starting with 1 month and goes in 3 months, and then the next step is 6 months, and 1 year is the final step in Yavanava culture. I did in Amazon forest, so 1 year going to the forest, deep work, deep thinking, a lot of challenges in mind comes up, and you have to be quiet and sitting with them. And that's why maybe shamans, they earn a lot of power and size, and not all of them are like enlightened people, because it's like a game. When you're having a lot of power, there is your tests become more strong, so the universe will test you how much free you are. Do you think about money, or do you think about healing? How devoted you are for the people, how big your ego is. And in just one moment, if the shaman thinks about money or thinks about woman and sexuality, the power is taken out. Some shamans, I heard, not directly, some shamans, they had healing power, healing hands, energies, and after they felt like they become more attached to the money or sexuality, they lost their healing power. So it's all about, controlling your mind, being good, to being strong, and yeah, it's the shamanic path, which I like to learn. Right now I'm in the beginning, but I feel there is a lot of things to share with people. That's why I like to do retreats and to travel. And in my YouTube channel, you will see every experience, every insight, every memories that I had in these years. I'm sharing that in Farsi language to my communities. So I hope you enjoyed this video, these stories of my life. There's a lot of things that I will remember, and I would say, ah, shit, I forgot to tell this and this and this. But I hope YouTube helped you to generate auto translation, so you can understand me better. So if you want to get connected to me, I would be happy to be at your service, and if I can help you. So yeah, that was it. Thank you. Bye bye.